A 4-0 win today
Yeah.
after a disappointing defeat midweek. But what do you make of today's performance?
I feel like the first half wasn't good enough. I don't know if it's just because we've had, a game midweek, game at weekend, game midweek, game at weekend. It's been a lot of quantity of games, but that's nowhere near where we want to be. So it's fair to say the lads got a bit of a roasting at half time. I didn't think the intensity was good enough. I didn't think the press was good enough. Didn't get enough second balls. Didn't put the ball into the box enough. Wasn't good in the final third with the delivery. So yeah, we weren't impressed with the first half. So we talked about it. Second half, I thought we were much better. Sometimes you've got to remember that it's not always easy to be good on the ball. It's not always easy to be playing well, but you've got to have the intensity and the work rate and the desire to go and get on the second ball. And I thought that second half we did that. It weren't perfect, but we got on the ball. We got much better balls into the box, and a couple of good finishes in the end. So second half much better, but first half we weren't that happy with.
To put that kind of performance, especially in the second half, after defeat that sort of anything the West Riding County Cup, how do you motivate the players to continue to carry on?
I think that every game we've got is a big game. There's no small games. We're not where we want to be, as in the league position wise. So it's kind of like every game is a big game. We need to get 3 points, and no matter who we're playing against, we need to get a good performance in. And we tell people how it is. It's straight talking. And the fact is, if you want to get into top 6 of this league, you need to win games week in, week out, and that's where we want to be. So if you're a player and you realise that, you can't have off days. And I think, like I said, the first half we weren't at the races really. So when we spoke about it, second half we got a good reaction. But in answer to your question, the players have to realise that every single game is a big game because we're not where we want to be right now.
What would you say about the mentality of the team right now? Like to go from exiting a cup to not the best first half, but the second half a much improved second half.
Well, I mean, we didn't really get a chance to talk about the exit of the cup. The cup game should have been wrapped up. We should have won the cup game. I don't want to talk about officials. I'm trying not to talk about officials, but they ruined the game. It's as simple as that. There ain't a single person, not a spectator, not a manager from both teams that thought that them official did ruin the game. So, the players know that, but we should have been up. The game should have been over 3-0. It wasn't. They came back into it a little bit. We've got 5 or 6 lads missing, but that's not an excuse. We've got a good enough squad. But when you rotate that heavily, there is going to be a little bit of a drop off. And that's where the defeat comes from. Today, players have come back in. Sometimes they sat in well. They're not a bad side after. They sat in well. They made it hard, difficult for us to create any space. Worked hard off the ball, put the ball into good areas. But the first half performance wasn't up to where we want it to be due to the fact that our standards are that high. And when you've got to set standards high, you've got to reach them standards each week. And that's what we're here to do, to get us to be at that point where we hit them standards each week.
Obviously, this past week, you've had quite a few changes in terms of incomings and outgoings. How does that impact your work?
Well, the lads that have come in, we've worked with them before, so they know what we expect, they know what we want, they know what we're trying to achieve. So it's not as big as working with somebody you've never worked with before. Brad coming in and stuff. He knows exactly what we expect from him. He's going to deliver. He's a quality player. Jackson's a little bit rusty today. He's been out for a bit with an injury. He's just coming back into it. He knows exactly what we expect. So it's not as bad as what you'd expect. At this level of football, players will come and go a little bit, but we're all looking to try and get the sell side. And that's the aim, to get the sell side all pulling in the same direction.
Well, you just mentioned Brad McGowan, who you've worked with before. What can you tell us about him?
He's as good a centre half as you're going to get at this level. He could play two levels above this comfortably. I always describe him as a Rolls Royce. He just covers ground like it's easy. Timing his tackles are great. Wins his headers, knows where to be, fills space as well. He's as good as you're going to get at this level. That is. really happy to have him at Wakefield.
Thank you very much.
Oh.